Gang, today I want to talk about recoil control. This is the biggest thing I see people say, like in death comms, whatever, in comments on this channel. So many people talk about Cronus or aimbot or whatever, laser aim, and the reality of it is, every time I review a gun, I know most people just come in, get the class, they get out, and they don't actually watch the video. That's what this video is about. Every time I showcase a class, I show you how to control the recoil for that gun, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that right now with any of these guns. Just randomly, we're going to just go through any gun. It doesn't matter if it has attachments or not. We'll just select this right now. We got a Holger and a Bosby. So what I do personally, I go in the firing range. People talk about shooting the glass. That's not sufficient. I want this range right here. The more range I can get for this, the better. You can do it in a private match, but the firing range, this is a perfect range we have right here. All we want to do is aim at the bottom of the board, let go of the joystick, and just shoot the gun. Hold the trigger down and dump the entire mag. We're going to do it 2 times, okay? Because there's bloom in this game. You'll notice these recoil patterns won't be the exact same. They will look different. Not much, but slightly different. Right here, this one kind of goes up, up, up. Kind of bends a little bit, nothing crazy. This one right here kind of has a curve to it. We do this so we get a generalized consensus of this recoil pattern. If we were to drag in between the two, we have an idea of what we need to do to reverse this recoil pattern. Another thing, someone shoots a recoil pattern and they think, okay, I need to follow it from the top down. Hell no, you follow it from the bottom to the top. So we break it into quadrants. We know for the first probably 10 shots, we're just going to be pulling in this line right here. This is our initial burst, and then it goes left and then back right. So we know we need to go down, maybe like a little kink in the middle. But whenever you see a small thing here, you rotate your person, you don't move your stick. So because people are like, how are you going to control it down left and follow a target? When this gun's popping up, it's easy to move left and pull down. It's not like you're just shooting like this. You're like, oh, my target ran away. There's recoil. You have to control it. And when you are pulling down and left, this is staying the same, so you can move it to the side as you're pulling it. I don't get how that doesn't make sense. Regardless, we're going to shoot 2 sprays, and then we're going to mimic said spray on the board when we shoot, and it shows your recoil pattern. It shows a tighter pattern. But this is how you learn these guns. You take the time to learn the recoil pattern, so then when you get into a match, you're not getting clobbered, you're absolutely beaming foreheads. It's because you know the gun you're using. Right here, we got a Bosby. We're going to aim at the bottom and let it rip. So this one went off the board. That's heavy vertical recoil. If it goes off the board, that's heavy vertical. But that's the thing, it's vertical. Maybe a little bit up to the right, but if we just pull this thing practically straight down as we shoot, it's really not going to move that much. I mean, that's outrageous. And the only reason we're doing this in like this pattern is because we're paying attention to our recoil and we're getting our patterns to follow through. Let's get a random gun. I don't think I've ever shot this gun, the BP-50. We're gonna aim it, we're gonna let a BP-50 no attachments rip. That's the whole mag. It looks like it's spread out a lot at the end, but right here at the beginning, a lot of these bullets are touching. So we know that initially this thing's gonna be pretty much a laser beam, and then it gets a little crazy. Those first few shots though, my god, are they like laser beam accurate. I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. But this is how you learn. You go through each individual gun and you take your time. So here's the HR9. As we know, this thing has so much horizontal recoil. Look at this thing. It goes up and over and around and over. So we're just gonna kind of go down and to the right and then to the left. By the time we get to here, if they're not dead, then we're not doing it right. The first few shots kind of went haywire on the guy, but we got it back in blood. So I can sit here and continuously do this until I feel like I'm absolutely dialed into this gun. I don't care how many spray patterns it takes. I just want to be able to get to the target and absolutely fry out. I feel like I'm not missing crazy shots. Because that's exactly what'll happen, is you start missing all these crazy shots, you're not hitting them, and now you're calling cheats because you're not good, and you want to find something to blame it by. The SOA Subverter is like the best gun in the game right now. crazy recoil on this gun. I mean, that is absolutely nuts. Doesn't matter, we see the pattern, so we can mimic the recoil pattern on this gun. Pretty outrageous how accurate this gun actually is for an AR. Obviously, it's no Boss B, no Holger, but I mean, brother, this thing is pretty damn accurate. Let's get one more up top. It's filthy. Our first fucking 8 shots hitting this little span right here. It's gross. You can absolutely melt with this thing. People just don't realize it. What else? That's HRM9. Do we have any other guns to kind of showcase this with? Here we go. Here's an SVA, stock SVA. We're gonna aim up the left side here. Practically vertical for the first half, and then it kind of goes up to the left, so we know it goes straight down, and then kind of down to the right. Little all over the place, but the best way to shoot this gun anyways, single tap on burst and just let that thing rip. Because it kills faster that way, and that's the tightest pattern you're going to get, is when it's on single fire like this. Pretty gross, actually. Regardless, gang, that's how we do it. That's how you get laser aim. You practice, you learn your recoil patterns, and you absolutely fry out. And it's fun to say, semi-automatic guns can have recoil patterns too. Obviously, this pistol's going to be pretty laser accurate, but let's give an example of that. I think that's something good to touch base on too. Let's go to battle rifles. I mean, they really didn't have good, like, semi-automatic battle rifles this game. Marksman rifle, maybe? The EBR is a good example. Okay, we'll use the EBR. Go into a firing range. So with our EBR, we're going to aim right here at the top right. We're going to let it dump. So even this gun has a little bit of recoil pattern. You have to kind of control it down to the right. And you get tighter burst, so you can kind of get in game and actually fry out. It's just, you need to know these things. If you want to improve with the gun, you gotta shoot it. I mean, you can obviously play the game and get better, but you're never gonna get crazy, like, tight patterns like this if you're not shooting these guns and understanding them. Especially after they're built. Like, it's one thing if you go in with a gun with no attachments and learn it, but if you have, like, your build, use it in the firing range. That's why they put it there. It's unreal. It's the most slept on part of this game. Gang, if you're new to the channel, enjoy the content, hit the sub button. Crush the like button. I'll catch you tomorrow for another heater. Let's get it.